Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do another quick update on Wise. They just had another monster day in the reservation. As a matter of fact, it was an all-time high. I didn't really think they were going to beat the day before, but in fact they did. So it's very, very interesting to see how this is playing out. As you can see here, they have 13,847 ETH that they've collected so far. People reserving Wise, and for the first 20,000 ETH, as you guys probably already know, you will get up to 70% of your gas fees refunded. So if you want a piece of that, you can see here we're fast approaching that 20,000 ETH mark. Definitely want to make a decision. So I've been getting a bunch of questions on Wise over on Telegram. People that are just discovering Wise, brand new. Wise has been around for a while. They've been, this has been months and months and months and months in the making. But there's brand new people that are just hearing about it, and they don't really know how it works. One thing that I would definitely encourage you to do, especially if you're thinking about investing into something, is to do a little research, do a little due diligence. The best place to start, guys, is right here, guys, the Teal Paper. If you click on this right here, you can actually go through this. Now, I know it's a little bit of a read, but if you're serious and you are banking on this in 2021 to be a passive income stream of yours, and you're going to put your own funds into it, it definitely would be worth sitting down for half an hour or 45 minutes or even an hour to go through this. It's an easy read, guys, and you may not have to, read through this in one sitting, but definitely worth it. For me, so far I've put in 53 ETH. That's over $25,000 of my own money into this. You think that I took the time to read the Teal Paper? Yes, right? I mean, I've read it a couple of times actually. I've actually even printed it so that I can take notes, because I really wanted to understand this thing. Because again, if I'm going to be putting some big money into this, I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was investing in, right? So you definitely want to start there. And then, if you want to go through the website, the website is chock full of information. Obviously, this is a summary of what you're going to get in the Teal Paper. The Teal Paper actually breaks it down a lot more detailed, but this right here, this Wise overview, these three tabs right here does a really good job of simplifying it and explaining it. So, for example, if you click on how Wise works, very simple. There's three things. There's reserve Wise, there's stake Wise, and obviously there's sell Wise down the road, right? As you get Wise in interest, if you're staking, you can sell it off because there's going to be a ton of liquidity on Uniswap. And that's what you want. There's coins out there that people have, even I have, that doesn't have a lot of liquidity, and you really can't sell them. Like, I'm stuck with a couple of coins. I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple of coins in my wallet that I am stuck with because there's no liquidity, right? And even if there was liquidity, the slippage is so high that I'd be losing a bunch of my dollars if I executed the trade, that I'm just kind of waiting to see if the liquidity goes up. But with Wise, it's going to have instant ownerless liquidity. 90% of what they take in from the pre-sale is going straight to liquidity, guys. That's huge. So again, how does it work? Reserve it. There's a 50-day pre-launch. I've had a couple of people ask me, when does the pre-sale end? The pre-sale ends on December 30th, I believe, right? I think the 31st is when they give us our tokens, and then we can start staking them right, straight away. So you can, easily just go to the reservation or the dashboard, and it'll actually tell you the exact dates. But again, we are in day 8 currently as I'm making this video of this 50-day pre-sale. And each day there's 5 million Wise that are up for grabs. Okay, now the more ETH that's going in, the less Wise you're going to get. But there's really no way to predict, how much ETH is going to go in on a given day. That's why a lot of people who don't even want to think about it, they are just dollar cost average. Again, that's what I did. Now, there are going to be some random days. I'll talk about that here in a second, because another question I got was, what's a fixed day? What's a random day? I don't get it. I'm going to show you that here in a second. But typically on a fixed day, you're going to get 5 million Wise that's going to be up for grabs, okay? Then you stake it, right? You stake it, you lock up your Wise in order to earn interest over the duration. The longer you stake, the more interest you earn. You can stake, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, 365 days, 2 years, 5 years. totally up to you. The longer you stake, the more earnings you're going to get. You might want to have different types of stakes, ladder your stakes out. You might have a few short ones. You might want to have a few midterm ones, and then a couple that are long term. It all depends on what you're trying to do. Everybody's different, so I can't really give you, a cookie cutter. This is what you should do with your stakes. Everyone is different, and you should put that strategy together yourself. And then, of course, you can sell your interest. Totally up to you, right? This goes over why this is so unique. They've solved 3 critical problems: security, decentralization, and then scalability. And then this right here is, why do you want to promote Wise? Why do you want to share it with other people? Well, there's a couple things. There's a referral program that they have going right now for people that want to get into the reservation. Okay, always want to use someone's link because you're going to get a 10% bonus. If you refer other people, you're going to get a 10% bonus as well. But then there's also something that they're going to be putting together, or it's actually already put together. But after the pre-sale, we can still get referrals on staking, right? This is very unique. No other staking platform that I know of has this, and this is going to be pretty awesome. So again, this is a very, very awesome program. And again, I'm not just saying that because I'm invested in it. I've been following this now for months now. So super, super duper excited. Let's take a quick look at the reservations and then go over the difference between a fixed day and a random day, right? So here are the days that are closed already, 645. I mentioned this the other day. Everybody was scared to go into this day because they thought it was the biggest day, because at the time, before the pre-sale officially started, there was a ton of ETH. It was the biggest day, before the pre-sale started. But like I said, the numbers are going to change. Okay, there's going to be, this is dynamic. People are going in. There's, FOMO kicks in, and what ended up being the biggest day before the pre-sale is now looking like it might be one of the smaller days, right? Let's take a look here. 500 ETH, 552. Then look at this: 710, 1,023, 1469. I didn't think they were going to be able to, surpass that. But then yesterday they did 1,535, which is almost 1,536 ETH, which is crazy, right? That's nuts. It seems like they're surpassing every single day. Now, they may not surpass it this today, day 8, only because this is a random day. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens on the random days, right? Because here on the fixed days, you're getting 5,000 ETH that's being equal, people that are going into the reservation. I was going to say auction lobby, but people that are going in, depending on how much ETH is in the reservation, this is how much is up for grabs, right? On the random days, as you can see, it's random. Right now, instead of 5,000, or excuse me, 5 million ETH, you have 4.5 million to 5.5 million. Excuse me, not ETH. Did I say ETH? It's 5 million Wise. Here on a random day, you have 4.5 million to 5.5 million Wise. So it's going to be, there's an oracle that actually will pick the number. It's going to be random. So we'll see what happens. There might be less Wise for everyone to get, or there might be more. Again, you can't really guarantee anything, right? Now you might say, well, I don't like that. I don't like that random thing. So you can only go if you want. You can reserve just on the fixed days if you want. It's totally up to you. Okay. Obviously, you can't go back and reserve on days that are already closed, but moving forward, you can just simply click on fixed days, and instead of going into all the remaining days with your ETH, if you're dollar cost averaging, you can dollar cost average only into the fixed days, the days that have 5 million Wise. Because again, this is, they kind of gamified this, so it's a little bit more riskier. Because again, you could get less, you could get more, totally up to you. People that like to gamble, they're excited about this because they might get more, they might get less. If you don't like that, you can just simply go into the fixed days. So this is not that big of a deal. As you can see, 4.5 million to 5.5 million. That's not too drastic of a range. But look at this. If you go over here, you have 4.5 million to 5.5 million. Here's another fixed day. But look at this one here. This is a extremely risky day because it can go from one Wise to just under 10 million Wise. That's going to be up for grabs. Again, it's going to be picked randomly by the oracle. But look at this. What if it's one, right? Then if you have 803 people, right, competing for that one Wise, you're not going to get much. Okay, but at the same token, what if it's 10 million, right? Or, just under 10 million, right? Then it's double what a fixed day would be. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, this is definitely more of a higher risk thing, right? This is not too much that big a deal because if you look at the range, it's, you know, pretty close, right? But this is pretty drastic, right? But I'm in, right? I dollar cost average it to every day. So I have an ETH in. Actually, I have more than that because I put 53 ETH. So I have a little more than 1 ETH in per day. So I'm in on this. We'll see what happens. But that's a difference. I had someone ask me, well, I don't understand what the difference is between a fixed day and a random day. I just explained it, right? Again, if you don't like this, you don't have to go into this. You can simply go into fixed days only. The cool thing about it is you can customize it and pick the days you want to go into. You can also vice versa say, I don't want to go into fixed days. I just want to I'm just covering my eyes and throwing a dart on the dartboard and see what I hit. You might want to go into only random days. I don't recommend going into only random days. That's kind of insane. But my point is you can customize it as you see fit, right? Here's another fixed day. Here's another random day. Again, 4 million to 6 million. Not too drastic, right? 5 million, right? These orange ones, right? It's the red ones that you got to really be worried about. But these orange ones are not that too bad, right? I mean, the range is 4 million to 6 million. There's another fixed day, and here's another pretty drastic random day from 1 wise to just under 10 million wise. So we'll see what happens here. Here's a little bit more drastic, right? Before it was 4.5 million to 5.5 million. 3.5 million to 6.5 million. So it's a little bit more, not as much as the red, right? But again, just go by the color, right? Green, you're fixed, not much to worry about. Here's another random day, another pretty risky day right here. And then you can go, as you can see, there's a couple of those. So that's what it is. There's still a lot of time, guys. There's 2 risky days right here. Boom, boom. Look at this. There's going to be a time where there's 3 risky days in a row, which is going to be fun to watch. And then the last 2 days are going to be fixed days. Okay, I think there's going to be a lot of people going in, and just to I don't want to give a tip or financial advice. That's not what I do here. But if you wait, like some of you guys are just going to wait on this, right? And you're going to sit there and say, well, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. The longer you wait, you're going to be forced to go into these days because these might be the only days. Like, what if you wait till the last week, right? So you have the last week, you have 2 fixed days at the end. You have 3 crazy risk days, risky random days. And then you have another fixed day. And then you have another crazy risky random day. So if you wait till the last week, 4 of the 7 days in that last week are all going to be high risk days. So do you want to be waiting till the end? I mean, I'm not trying to fear of loss or anything like that, but people that got in early, we got a lot of fixed days and a lot of these random days that aren't so drastic. We're good, right? Some of you guys are going to wait till the end and you're going to be forced to go into these risky days. Then you're going to complain when you get, low wise or whatever. You're going to say, oh my God, guys, if you people that get in early are always rewarded, right? People that wait till the end, you're forced to do things that you may not want to do. Or you can say, screw that, I'm just not going to get into the pre-sale. And that's fine too. You can wait till it goes on Uniswap. Chances are the price is going to be higher when it's on Uniswap. There's a reason why people are jumping into the pre-sale, right? And, anyway, that's what these random days, these orange days, these red days, and what these fixed days mean. So again, formulate your strategy. As you can see here, the earlier you get in, you can get into a lot more of these green days. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. This is the first random day. I expect this to be pretty high still because, again, it's not red and it's not too drastic. But it'll be interesting to see because today will be the first random day that we got. That being said, guys, I think this is going to be an incredible, incredible project. Will it hit $1 in 2021? We'll see, right? No guarantees. I mean, that's what people are talking about. The owner himself has said that this is, high potential for 100x in the first 6 months, right? And in another live stream, he said, again, I'm not going to hold him to it. There's no guarantees, obviously, and obviously nothing is guaranteed, but does this have the potential to hit $1 in 2021, maybe towards the back end of 2021. We'll see. I mean, the fact of the matter is even if it doesn't hit $1 and it just does half of what people are projecting it to be, it's going to be happy days, right? People that got in already is going to be happy, happy days. So super excited about this. Again, like I said, I've already put in 53 ETH. I'm definitely going to be putting in some more. And I'm going to be doing that sooner rather than later for the very reasons that I just explained to you. But yeah, wanted to address that question and just give you a quick update, man. Super excited about this. Again, do your own research. Only put in what you can afford to lose. Guys, join our Telegram. I will leave a link for that underneath. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. And again, if you want to join our newsletter, head on over to cryptojamie.com and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.